keeping yourself at peace. So we're called to be at peace. That's one of the things that we're not normally taught. A lot of times in this world, we're taught that we need to be so stressed out that everything is on us all the time, from work to jobs, from jobs to coming home to life to family, and everything should be at such a pace of wide openness that we can never find true peace. And that's one thing the enemy would love for you to know, that he would love for you to not have no peace, because we're called to be peacemakers. The Bible says, blessed are the peacemakers, for they are be called the children of God, right? So we're called to be peacemakers. We're called to be at peace, and we're called to live at such a level so that we are always pretty much stable in our peace. Everything comes to knock you out of that. So the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy what? Your peace, your joy, your happiness, right? Philippians 4:6, it says, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your prayer before Yah, right? So do not be anxious about anything. Why? Why would we not need to be anxious about anything? And then our whole lives now is everything, as we live in a microwave generation where everything's instant, and something don't go right, our whole day's messed up. We're anxious about children. We're anxious about family. We're anxious about everything. Because whenever we can do that, then we're not clearly thinking, and we cannot make a clear judgment. We can work in our emotions, we can work in ourselves, but we can't actually work in peace, right? Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called the children of God. And people will come by and along, and sometimes it's people, sometimes it's the enemy, and sometimes it's the enemy through people, will try to remove you from your peace and move you to a different level. Because if you can move out of that level, then you can't operate in sound judgment. We can't have sound judgment if we are anxious all the time. We can't have sound judgment if we're not at peace. And that's the thing. The book talks about many times guarding your peace, right? Guarding your joy, right? Just because suffering comes along and just because trials and tribulations does not mean that we cannot be joyful in the Most High, in everything that the Most High has done for us, right? Matthew 6, chapter, 6, 3 and 4, it says, therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. So in that verse there, it's just telling us, hey, don't worry about tomorrow. We get so caught up in everything that we can't even see the right now, right? That we get so caught up in what's work tomorrow, what's this has to happen, what this has to happen, that you forget to really enjoy life and enjoy the beauty of what life is. Because what does the book say? Life is nothing much more than a vapor. Boom, here today, gone tomorrow, like a puff of smoke. Solomon also references it as a bird clapping its wings one time is as fast as life is over. But yet we're so anxious about tomorrow that we cannot even see the present day joy in what we have. And guarding your joy and guarding your peace and keeping it inside yourself, right? Because you're accountable of being joyful. You're accountable at being peaceful, right? So you have the ability to be, this is one thing that I tell my family, I tell a lot of other people, is nobody's going to give you joy. You have to generate that inside yourself, right? You have to generate, okay, the love of my family, the love of whatever it is, the love of hopefully the love of the Creator, right? And you generate the joy, and you have to allow somebody to come and take that from you, right? They can't just come in and take that from you, right? You have to freely give that over to them, right? So guarding our peace and guarding our joy, it always keeps us at the right amount to be able to make right decisions in life, and also to understand what the importance of life is, right? So if we know that life is nothing more but a vapor, and if I was the enemy and I can have you so anxious to the point that you can't even experience the breath of what life is, then you've completed nothing, right? You haven't been able to operate in joy. You haven't been able to operate in peace. So I hope you get something out of this. Is the main thing is just guarding your joy and guarding your peace. And